Welcome to Sunday session for July 31st, end of the month. It looked like we get into that first of the month vibes. I appreciate everybody for joining. Um, definitely got things to look at. We definitely got earnings to look at last week. Congratulations to everybody who took advantage of these earnings during this season. Told you guys last, 2 months ago, probably, that tech season is around the summer. And now we're starting to reap the benefits of being prepared early. So now, the question is, what do you do now, right? If you're not into long swings at the discounted prices and you're in the money deep, if you're not into the short-term swings 2 weeks out for the August 19th expiration date, the question is, what do you do now, right? And I'm gonna show you guys how you guys can still take advantage of the market, no matter if you miss your position or if you miss the entry. What can you do now to be able to capitalize off of what the market is giving us? First thing first, though, let's look at this earnings calendar for this week. My main focus is going to be Apple, AMD, Disney, Home Depot, and PayPal. Disney, AMD, and PayPal has earnings this week. On PayPal is on the 2nd, AMD is on the 2nd, Disney is on the 10th. Home Depot, I got them on the list because they're creating a new trend, and I'm thinking that Home Depot is going to go run up and test that $327. But I'm gonna show you guys that, of course. But honorable mentions for earnings, we have a lot that's still in there. You got Duke, you got Oxy, you got old Realty, it's mRNA, Moderna, Region. You got a lot of these different earnings that's coming out. I call them honorable mentions because I'm not super focused on those. It's tech season again, so I'm definitely looking at tech. EA Sports is a big one. August 1st for ATVI. We've seen that ATVI, we put out a $60 call in the beginning of the year for ATVI for September. That has not changed. That's been holding up pretty well. I think puts may start coming in for those. Here go EA Sports. Look like it bounced off the 118 and is at 131. So they starting to get a little bit of traction the week before their earnings. But we're gonna see how we're gonna do it this week. With the market the way, last week was crazy. I know you guys were excited. I know you guys made a lot of money. So let's see what happened going into this week. First thing first, like always, we go over the SPY chart. We show you guys the opportunity that was presented, and we show you guys what's the opportunity that's presented now. I usually delete everything, restart, from scratch, just to show you guys, how things are going with SPY. If you guys wanted to screenshot this chart from last week, I can explain this chart from last week. Overall sentiment, downtrend, broke around the 396. I also had a short-term trend in here on that Monday and Tuesday. I think everything was going down. Oh, no, that's from the 22nd to the 26th. They had a downtrend, and then once it broke that downtrend, you had a full breakout. So you guys caught that. Congratulations, from the 390 all the way up to about 412. Congratulations on that. But we're about to delete this, and we're about to start from scratch. So say bye. Bye, SPY charts. So first thing we do, same thing, nothing changes. Start from bigger time frames. Start, gathering information from the big time frames. Start figuring out, what's the next level for some of these trade opportunities, trade within your zone, so forth and so on. So I'm gonna set it back up again. The bottom of SPY. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it back this way just to get that level. This section is where I really want to try to focus on here, because I understand once SPY get above 418, that's going, and the 418 is literally the let me change that. I don't know which one. I think that's the 50-day moving average. Yeah, that's the 50-day moving average. Come on. Oh shoot, sorry. That's the 50-day moving average of the 418. Once we break that 418, that's when things are gonna go, go crazy. So we're definitely gonna be focusing on that 418 test going into this week. I think once we get above 418, that's when you're really gonna see SPY put in that work. That's literally the 50-day moving average. Down here is the 300-day moving average, and change that color real quick. And then, you know, you can go from there. So basically what I do is I come in, I got my quadrant lines. This is if I didn't have a trade for this week. I'm acting like I'd never seen SPY before in my life, right? Until now. I set in my quadrant lines. I set up my support and resistance using my, you know, quadrant lines and my zones. And then I go down to different time frames, which is going to probably be my next time frame, gonna be the 4 hour. So here go your zones set up on the 1 week. Go down to your 4 hour, and this is how SPY looks. Now, things that you have to consider, you know, when you see SPY do the move that it did this week, and when all the stuff is going crazy, and the market is looking really green, look at the RSI. Make sure you go look at the RSI. You notice on the 4 hour chart that the RSI is, you know, pretty high, is at 78. So I'm expecting, you know, SPY to kind of slow down a little bit, not break down, but kind of give you a little bit of downside, especially, you know, after this week was just so amazing that I think it's going to come up, is already at the 411 right now. Watch for that downside to around, you know, 402. And then start looking for getting into your calls to retest that 411 again. Because usually, you know, when things spike up and the RSI high, it kind of slows down, either consolidate or slow down. And then you'll be able to take advantage of, you know, short-term calls, short-term puts, whatever you want to do. But if it breaks up back towards that, you know, 415, watch out for that 418. And once it breaks 418, that's when I believe that SPY is going to really start working towards the 430 and having a nice move from there. So if you guys are paying attention to SPY, this is how your chart should be looking. This is how your support and resistances should be looking. This is the 4 hour chart. I come back in with my quadrant lines once again, add some, you know, supports and resistances in there. And then when the market opens up on Monday, my charts are set up. All I got to do is watch, right? And then I just have my conversation that I always have. If SPY breaks above this resistance, we should be able to see 415, and above 415, it's the next level, which is around 418, 420, and then we should be able to see, you know, full breakout going into the summer. September is slow down month, so we got 1 more month before, you know, everything's kind of slow down a little bit. But if you can squeeze in, you know, for this next month, pay attention, you know, for these resistance breaks, because, you know, you may be able to make some money going into September. And then once it peaks out, you should be able to grab some puts for the month of September and then make that money also, and then call it a day. But usually every year, September is a slowdown month. The market kind of goes red again, but they're showing us the potential. They showed us the reversal signs on the 1 week. If you look at SPY, you see a full reversal sign here. So everything is looking in favor of the bulls right now, unless something changes. Unless you see, you know, you have the trend line on the 1 week here. You notice how that trend broke. You get that full reversal. If we put that trend line on the bottom, you know what I mean? Boom, like this. If you see it breaks down back up below that trend on the uptrend, it's the same thing, guys. We're going to see some downside. But as long as these trends are holding up, we're in a good position to have a continuation, and we should be able to make money throughout this next month, right? So please pay attention to that for sure. Trade ideas for SPY. Of course, 415 buy-in area is ideal, is around 402, like I was just saying. But of course, if you got your levels in here, you know, I'll set my alert toward the 407. And then once we break below 407, then that's when you may see 402. But I will watch SPY closely, because usually, you know, we may get that consolidation in here, get a quick retest towards the 450 and have the full breakout. So either way it go, you may have to sit out.
No comment.
May have to sit out a little bit and just pay attention to the movement of the charts first thing on Monday because of last week action. RSIs are high, so you may have to wait. And, you know, if you want to get some more calls, just be patient. This is your time to wait for your price. The same way we set up charts back when SPY was at 365, at 377, this is the same way we're setting up charts again. look what's happening, you know, from the time where we started on the 15th of July to now. It's almost a $30 move, $40 move. So congrats on you guys for taking any SPY trades this week. It definitely worked out. Any questions on SPY?
I got one, Dave. How you doing, man? Is that 402 that you said it could dip down to? That's still within that upward trend line, though, right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
402 is literally the it looked like the 50-day moving average. Yeah, that's the 50-day moving average. So yeah. So let me throw that trend line in there real quick just to show you from there to about to here. Yeah, that'll work. So 402 definitely, you know, is right there. You know, it should bounce off of 402. If it comes down and hit my trend line, that's either that's even better, and I'll just get it at the trend line. But as long as you just watch that 402, watch that. My opinion is watch 407 and then watch the 402. 407 is the first area we should consider a bounce at. Then 402 is that support area that we was fighting and got above finally on the 27th. So that's why I set it up like that.
Thank you.
And then again, trend lines, listen, make it simple. It's a lot of times you don't know, or you look for confirmation. You're like, what's the confirmation? How do I know how to get in? Listen, these trend lines has been consistent. As long as you got a downtrend, you get in at the trend line. So if it's a put and that trend line was up top, when that price action hit that top trend line and you're confident that it's going to break down, or you see the bearish engulfing, get it at the trend line. Same here. If this come down and hit my trend line at 402 or below, like 499-ish, you know what I mean, almost 400, buy it at the trend line. The overall sentiment of the market is bullish. That'll be a great time to buy it. And what you're going to buy is either a 415 or a 412. We're not going super crazy. But once we get above 415, that's when you can start considering the 420s, you know, 418s, maybe even a 425. So,
and you could almost hedge at the trend line as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's a lot of ways we can skin this cat. Like I can go back, and then you know I only took the zone from top resistance to bottom support. That's the only zone I took. But in reality, we can literally take the whole section. We could take the overall resistance at 475, and we could take that bottom at 365, and we could set it up like this. This is what I use. This I know 418 is strong because I did this already throughout the week, and I looked at it. But I was just showing you guys the zone trading. I want to be safe as possible. I don't want to put you guys in a position where it's like so risky. But this is the overall look. You feel what I'm saying? This is the look that you really want to have. This is the top resistance all the way to the bottom support. And notice that the 419, remember, I hope we all remember the consolidation area when the market did this over here. I hope you guys remember this little section. I don't know how many people remember it, but remember it had that long consolidation for that week, like right here. And then it broke down. I hope y'all remember this. Count that as the resistance. That's the resistance. That's the breaking area. Where that long consolidation was at, if we break above that, which is, again, 418, we should have a nice push up. We should have a breakout. We should have a whole shebang bang after that. Know what I mean? So please be aware, this is an old consolidation zone over here. So that's a hard area to break. Once we get above that, we should have a full breakout. So, but again, I'm expecting a little bit of downside. I want to see a discount before I do anything, and then I'll be able to judge on, how this is going to go. That's why Monday is so crucial. Like Monday is really crucial and for your patience. Like if you wait, see which way the market is going, seeing where your supports lay at, and then things start moving, you'll be fine. Anybody else?
Goose up, man. Goose up.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to the next one, man. So first thing you want to do when you're trying to figure out, what is there to do now, right? We went crazy this week. The charts did amazing. First thing I did, honestly, I looked at the 1 month performance. I said, look, Apple did 16% this month. XOM did 10% this month. Amazon did 23% this month. And let me add Amazon back to the list because that's definitely, you got to watch Amazon, dude. I'm just looking at the 1 month performance and, I still see some discounts. Verizon is in there on discount. I see Intel on discount, Meta on discount, IBM is on discount. Keep those discounted ones on your list. But the 1 month performance is going to tell you a lot. And then from there, you break down to the 3 month performance. Look how different it is. It's drastically different, right? Things are not up. Everything is not peachy keen yet. Walmart is still negative 15 on the 3 month, right? Meta is all the way down almost 22% on the 3 months. So go through every time frame and start gathering up your notes and start getting your information together. And then you go to the 1 year performance, right? Apple is up almost 12% on the 1 year. So if you bought Apple last year around the same time to this year, you're up 11%. ExxonMobil is up 64%, right? Tesla's up 31% from 1 year performance. So just go through your notes and gather. NVIDIA is still down on the 1 year performance. NVIDIA is going to have sympathy off of AMD because AMD got earnings this week. So all of this stuff matters, especially when you're trying to figure out what's there to do next. Go through every time frame. PayPal is down almost 70% in a 1 year. So, these are huge discounts for great companies that got earnings coming around this month. So when you're coming in doing your research, be patient. Go figure out, how everything's looking. Even Target is down almost 40% on the 1 year performance. So we still got room to go with a lot of these stocks. Everything is not just, dead. And yeah, negative 74 for, JP on the 1 year is negative 24%.
Okay, I didn't see that screen where I was like 74. I was gonna load up quick.
Well, yeah, JP Morgan's great company, great dividends, still discounted price. Now, their target prices, JP Morgan, let's just click on that real quick. Target price is 139. So you seeing JP Morgan at 115. Notice if you don't know how to do what I'm doing for our trend lines and trend channels, FinViz provides it for you. Look at the FinViz chart. It's setting up for it to either break the trend up top or come back down to the trend on the bottom. Either way it go, if we get that trend break, we automatically know 130 should be the call. If we break above 118 and hold, 130 should be the call automatically for JP Morgan. That's just off of just looking at the surface, looking at what JP Morgan did before.
Yeah, beginning of June, it tried to break it.
Exactly. So when you see, trend lines and trend line channels, this is how I noticed, Apple was ready to go. FinViz, they changed it now, but FinViz showed us that first. FinViz literally is they're on point. They're usually early. They usually show you trend line. Look, this is a trend line break going on with Google. So that means Google may start pushing up to about 120 coming up this week. If you don't understand the charting, there are tools out here that make it simple for you. I think I've seen one that was just breaking. Which one? That was AMD, I think. AMD is just breaking trend right now, and their earnings.
Nike broke Friday too.
Is that who?
Nike.
Nike broke Friday. So you notice how all of these stocks are finally breaking trend. The first sign of the trend to break was Apple at 142. And we talked about Apple at 130. So that's why the reason Apple is the leader. When they break their trend, we should already know that the rest of them should be coming in slowly but surely, especially tech stocks. You feel what I'm saying? So let's look at CRM real quick. I don't know if people even mentioned CRM. CRM performed well last week. Where's CRM at? Salesforce, they performed well last week. Multiple bottom. And the difference is with Salesforce, look at Salesforce chart. It's a consolidation. So if Salesforce break 190, we're back into the 220 zone. We're ready to go for the 220 calls, right? So please be aware. It's a lot of ways you can skin the cat. You don't have to, focus on one way of doing it. Just pay attention to your zones, pay attention to your trends, and be patient. I don't have to run out on Monday and buy anything. I looked at the 4-hour chart. I understand that where I want to get in at. I set my alerts and I just wait for it to come. So y'all be patient. Apple. My list is this: Apple, AMD, Disney, Home Depot, PayPal. I just added Amazon again. I just want to look at the chart for Amazon. My main focus is going to be AMD, Disney, and Home Depot. My honorable mention is probably PayPal. That's the one I'm going to be like, okay, I might can get puts and squeeze in some, or I might straddle it, whatever. But I believe that AMD Disney is going to go crazy for their earnings because the summertime with Disney and AMD sales is probably going to be up. But Home Depot, I'm going to show you guys that first because I that's a sleeper. It's been a sleeper, just like MasterCard and Visa. It's been a sleeper. So here go my chart for Home Depot. This is the trend line for Home Depot. It tested a 308 first, and then now you notice that it still bounced off the trend line here, and we're back above 300. Now, I mean, 299.75 was my resistance, but we're back above it. I believe it's going to go retest the 410 and then have a nice push up towards that 321. That's my idea. 408 is confirmation of continuation. Reason is that's been resistance multiple times. That's where you see a double top back in May was right here at the same 308. Then it broke all the way down to the bottom around 365 for a great company like Home Depot that pays high dividends. Now we're seeing it at 300. That's almost $35, move it did, double bottom. But now we're back at the 300. I'll look for that test toward the 308. Things that you can do, a 310 call, so you can play it up to the 308. Or look at your RSI. RSI is perfect. I'm not worried about the RSI. We're good. But again, look for that move towards the 308. If you want to play the 310, go ahead. But if we break above 308, more than likely I'm going to get a 320 or a 330. Expiration dates should be, of course, I like the mid-month 819s. But let's make sure. And you got to may have to change their action their bid because I already looked them up. Their action their bid is kind of wacky.
Whilst you're looking for it, another thing about Home Depot is Florida hurricane season coming up. You know what time it is.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing is their earnings is on August 16th. So it's before market, it's in the morning. So if you look at it, summertime is a good time for a lot of remodels, hurricanes, just like Ken said. There's a lot going on in Florida, at least, but around the world, remodels is booming during the summer because everybody want to fix their stuff up. Summertime, we got time to do it. So please pay attention to Home Depot and Lowe's for sure. But let's look at these contracts real quick. 310 is expensive. Of course, it's 480 now. I can imagine how much those was when it was down about 375. 330s, 340 actually got high. More open interest in volume than 330s. The 340 is only 25 cents. But the 330s is 75, about 73 cents. Now, so my idea above 308, you may be able to stretch it to the 330 or whatever, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that going towards the August 19th. The week before earnings, you may get a little traction. So this volume on this August 12th date may start picking up traction by next week. Notice the first week of August contracts has already been picking up traction. You're starting to see the 310s again for this week starting to come up a little bit. So a lot of people anticipating, a nice move for the first month vibe for that stock. So please be patient. Let's see what Monday do. Monday may shoot it up. It may gap up first thing in the morning, or it may just linger around 300. Hopefully it lingers, because I want to be able to get in and capitalize off of it. But if you got a day trade in mind, it will be a 310 weekly up to 308. If you want to swing it, it'll be more like a 320, 330, August 19th, and the earnings is on August 16th. All right. They just pay their dividends, and that's another thing you got to pay attention to. They pay their dividends on August 31st. Home Depot got a high dividend yield. So people may just start buying it because their dividends coming out. It's $1.90. Now, so pay attention to that also. So it's a lot of different scenarios you can trade with this one. But I'm first thing in the morning, I'm gonna focus on that 308, and then from there, I'll figure out what I want to do from there. More than likely, it's gonna be a 320, 330, going all the way to the 819. Anybody got questions on Home Depot? AMD. Again, overall trend breaks on majority of these stocks is happening. AMD, maybe one of them. They had a target price of 100 for a long time. I used to preach about AMD so much. But this is what I got charted for AMD. And this is probably my simpler charts. I didn't add in so much information. All I wanted, the trade I want is the 115. I want to trade AMD up to 114.23 because I believe it's going to break that trend and go test that 114. So my trade going to be a 115 off rip. August 19th again. The earnings is this week. But even if it gets too expensive, so say if AMD start moving first thing tomorrow, I'm gonna just have to go 819, 320. I may have to just buy a little bit of time. The contract should come out around the same price. But this is that setup. Overall downtrend break is expected for this earnings week, and we should have a nice run up as far as with AMD once it gets above. Notice right here, this is the 1 week chart. You can see it a little bit clearer, but this is my setup. Simple, and it's so simple. This is so simple. AMD quality of the business is really good. 109, let me add in that middle area. I should have, I know it's gonna go 114. It does that. It makes so much of a great move. But here go the setup that you want to see right here. Boom, right there. Add in your support and resistances with your quadrant lines. 108 is the target, above 99. Yeah, we break above this trend line here first thing in the morning. I'm definitely going to be running up that resistance up to 114. Anybody got questions on AMD? Again, well, the expectation is overall trend breaks. This is your downtrend line. We have to break above this line. RSI is perfect on the 1 week. On the 4 hour, let's go look real quick. RSI is high. So we may see some downside before we see upside, which is okay. There's no problem with that. So if it come down about $90, $91, great, discount. But I believe we're going to have a nice move going into earnings week with AMD. Anybody got questions on AMD? Super simple. I'm not trying to, make it complicated.
So after it breaks over, what's that, 94?
Yeah, it's 94.52.
94, so set an alert for 94.52.
Well, it's at that area now. It closed at 94.52. It literally.
So 95?
No, wait for it to come down. Set your alert for, actually, you can set your alert for a downside, man. I think it's because the 4 hour, this is the 4 hour, the RSI is 79. So it's going to have to slow down before it goes up again. The 1 week, the RSI is perfect. So again, when you see the 1 week chart, that means 1 week candle has to close above this resistance line at 94.52. So if the week end and AMD is at 99, 43 on the 1 week, the trend line is broke. We're out of there. If AMD end the week at 108, we're out of there. You feel me? The overall trend has broken. We're going to go test that resistance, and we're going to make a move.
But Dave, I think he was asking as far as entry, but I think Dave said there could still be some downside in the morning, so I would still wait to see it probably around 86, 85.
Set your alert to 91, 21, and 89.
Gotcha.
Yep. Set your alert towards the support, and then put 94.52, but it's your alert gonna get thrown off because it's at that price right now. You feel what I'm saying? So set it towards the support. If you come down to the support, then set your resistance alerts. Know what I mean? But I'm setting my support alerts because I believe that first thing tomorrow we're gonna get some red off rip. It was too green last week. It was too much money being made last week. They're not going to continue to, RSI. It's all about the RSI.
Too much money being made last week, man.
Facts. A whole lot of money being made last week. So RSI is high on the 4 hour chart, but the weekly, the daily is perfect. So if the first day come out red, amazing, good job. We're good with that because what we want to see is at the end of the week, we want to close above 94.52. And that's for swing traders. If you're a day trader, you know, come do what you do. You know, get your $90 put, you know, ride that down and, you know, see how it work out for you. Do what you got to do. But me, I'm gonna swing that thing all the way to, you know, August 19th or beyond, and I'm gonna wait for that entry around 91 or 89, and I'm gonna utilize that tool that way.
You can always get in at 91 and then average down if it goes down to 89.
Yeah, the average down. But more than likely it's gonna break. More than likely it's gonna break, man.
That'd be my strategy right there.
Right. Anybody else got questions? All right, Disney. Disney has been beat down. We know Disney been beat down. I told you guys, I don't know if that was last week, that I believe that Disney is on one of the biggest discounts in the market. But the RSI is at 70. The bottom is $91.32. Since it broke 97, it ran up to 103. I think we talked about that, you know, months ago. Somebody mentioned they got a 105 call at the 97.5, which was perfect. Now we're, you know, trying to figure out what we're going to do for earnings. My idea is 115 calls, and I'm trying to trade them up to 112. If we break 112, the next level is going to be 114.63 and then 116.08. You feel what I'm saying? So we went over Disney when it was at $93. So, you know, if you're not into the 105s right now, I'm not saying wake up tomorrow and hurry up and grab a contract. What I'm saying is be patient. RSI is high. It may come back down to 103 and then break up. Notice that was that resistance around 104, 103 area on the 4 hour. But target is 108 for confirmation for the next move for 112. But since the earnings is this week, again, first thing in the morning is gonna be tricky. If first thing in the morning pre-market everything is red, I'm happy because now we got an opportunity, right? We can then when the market opened up, they gave us, you know, the beginning of the morning direction. Look for your support to hold, and then look for that reversal sign. Be confident when you get in it. 115 call for the weekly, and I really didn't, you know, think about nothing else with Disney. I may need to look at something else, but that's being conservative with that 115. Like I usually do a 130 or 140. I'm really trying to be more conservative. You know what I mean? Because you never know how it may work out. So I'm literally trying to play that zone tight. But the 115 calls ain't nothing but 7 cents. So we seen these turn, but you know, some people may not believe. The 110 call ain't nothing but 36 cents. Now that's way more comfortable. You know what I mean? Especially if we get that discount, that's gonna come down some more too. But again, the earnings is on the 10th. So you really want to go out to, you know, 819. Now you can get into a little bit more pricey stuff. But 115 call still perfect price, man. $96. So, you know, let's see how it go. But again, you know, most people got the 819 105s when it was around 97.50. So, you know, keep that in the back of your mind. I see September picking up too, man. September 120. That might be a good one. Let me write that one down. I didn't see that one before. 9, 16, 120s. That might be a great one though. Reasonably priced, a lot of time. You know what I mean? It can grow.
You get some downside in the morning too. That's going to dip below $100 per contract.
Exactly. So you definitely can get, you know, go a little longer on that one. I like September, of course, because I want to make all that money in August. But you know, it's all about timing. You know, if we wasn't, you know, again, half of these stocks was at super discount. That's when we should be nailing in on the September calls. Now we're getting to a point where we're trying to balance out, you know, how far you want to go out, what's the anticipation.
And Dave, look at the open interest on the what is that, 150?
Yeah, 150.
It's only 5 cents.
5 cents, yeah. But that's a little tricky. That's I'm scared.
That's high, but for 5 cents, I'll pick 5 of them up.
No, yeah, for 5 cents. And now again, if we're going by the zone, the top of my zone for Apple is 148. You know what I mean? So if we just start breaking the 115s, then the 125s, then 136, my top zone is 148. it may work if once you get above 115 to come back down to that 150. So if it breaks out and hit 115 and it closes above 115 on the weekly, it may be a great idea to go towards the 150. Know what I mean?
I mean, it's not a bad risk for $25.
No, it's not at all. You're 100% correct. Especially with that earnings, man. We know it's been summertime. You know that Disney been dropping off great movie. We had this discussion about Disney. Disney lost a lot of money because, you know, those theme parks attendants they were talking about. They were talking about who's, you know, they're losing money on Disney Plus, not because of people that's opening up accounts, because they're putting money back into the business by opening up new shows, doing different things for Disney Plus exclusively. You know what I mean? So those are things you got to consider. Disney knows.
Wakanda Forever coming too, man.
Uh,
Let's go.
Black Panther.
my all white.
Yeah, for sure. Black Panther coming out. So think about it. Just consider.
That's already broken down trend, hasn't it?
Disney.
No, it has. Well, yes, it has actually. I mean, if
Yeah,
let's look at the
it
big.
looks like it has.
We gotta look at the big time frame. No, the big time frame.
Oh, yeah. Not 1 week yet.
We want
4 hour it broke it.
right. We want that big time frame break. Like now, you can make money after short term time frame breaks. Like I showed you that with SPY. I mean, I can show you that with 100 different stocks. I showed you that with
No,
Apple.
but I hear you. If you're looking into mid-September for a 150 play, you need to already be out of trend.
Yeah, definitely got to be out of trend and definitely got to be on that upside trajectory for sure. He's 100% correct. I would love that for that downside trend to break and to get my 150. I would.
It's close, Dave.
Let me set it up, man. It's
Yeah,
definitely
let's look at it because I think it looks close.
around right there. So around 108, you know, around that
It
one.
wants to.
It wants to. It's right there. It's definitely right there for sure. It's definitely right there. But it looks good. And the RSI on the 1 week is only at 40. So it looked like it's going to fight. We may see a fight out of Disney. So that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. After you make money on stocks that's been running up, yes, you can continue to milk the cow until it's dry. But why not go back and look at what's on discount still? Everything ain't break out yet. You feel me? We still got opportunities. So go back, look at your Disneys, look at your AMDs, look at your Home Depots, look at your PayPals, because those are the ones that's still on discount. I still got Apple on the list because I believe that Apple's going to run up to 180. But that's who knows? You know what I mean? Anybody got questions about Disney? All right, PayPal. And then Amazon. Now, PayPal been beat down. They've been beat down. Quality business overall. We know fintech is the future. PayPal on the 1 week has definitely been beat down all the way to $72. But now it's at 86. What I want to see is a break above this 94, and then we can start getting into them calls, 113s, 110s. Know what I mean? Luckily, the earnings is this week, so we may see some traction coming up out of PayPal, or we may not. Right? With this, I suggest straddle, because it can go either way. Now, I mean, you never know which way it'll go. My suggestion is to straddle it and take advantage of it that way. But their earnings is on August 2nd. Is it in the morning or when is it? After hours? This is my lotto, basically, what I'm trying to say. Like, this is not like the Disneys and stuff. Like, this is more of my lotto. I'm going to see what it do on the weekly chart. I mean, the weekly contracts, I'm gonna see what the weekly contracts give. They may have a few, because it's on the 2nd, it's aftermarket. The 2nd is on the Tuesday. So that's a good time to catch a perfect swing for the weekly. So that means, you may be able to afford what price range is at 86 now. So how far can I go out? You may be able to pull off 95. You may be able to pull off a 95, 100 call. And for the puts, you may be able to get a 69. Know what I mean? That'll be my straddle idea, or a 72. That'll be my straddle idea. Know what I mean, I'll get a $95 call, $72 put, and then see which way it goes for earnings. We may be able to break up towards resistance. Again, let's look at PayPal on the resistance time frame. Let me reset this chart actually, man, because PayPal been doing a lot of stuff over here. So here we go. Same thing again. I use quadrant lines. You guys use the best fit your needs. So yeah, my 118 is definitely, you know, my area that I needs to get to. 94 is also an area that has to break above. So that's why the $95 calls got high volume. But 69 on the put, $70 is the support. So yes, those will be your two options if you want to straddle it. Because if it breaks down for earnings, if they don't make, it don't have a good outlook. A lot of these companies been dropping off because their outlook has been trash. They have no idea where they're going to be in the next 3, 4, 5 years. So they just been, investors like, okay, until you decide, let me take my money out of there, put it towards somebody else that got some money or making more money in the revenue side. But this is your zone right here. Know what I mean? $95 call. Should we go test 94, 95? It's now $69 put if it breaks down and go down to $70. Anybody got a question? All right. Amazon. Congrats to everybody who got Amazon, man. Those contracts, I said it every week for the last month. Amazon contracts were dirt cheap, man. They were dirt cheap. We called it, the 102 was the bottom. Once it broke, at 116 was my entry. I was happy with 116. 119 was confirmation for continuation. But the 130s, it don't matter now, but there was about $30 for August 19th. And they're looking pretty right now still. I'm looking for a retest out of Amazon up to that 139. Notice it did not close below this resistance / support at 133 and some change. So I'm looking for a quick pop up here to retest. If you're not in it, how to trade it, you're going to either have to wait for it to come down to support to bounce up, or you're going to have to wait for it to break above 139. That's just my opinion. If you want to get a 140 this week to start your week off and trade that retest, wait for that confirmation. You may be able to see a confirmation on the 15 or the 5-minute chart, whatever you want to do. But wait, just be patient. Know what I mean? Be patient.
What's your support?
My support is 133.75.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah.
It looked like it's flagging on the 1 hour.
Yeah. And you can see that on the 15. It did not break below the support. It's right above it. So yeah, that's your flag set up. Definitely you may see a retest towards that 140. RSI on the 1 hour is at 59. So definitely like it's going to be, retesting that 140. RSI on the 4 hour is at 71 though. And it does have a red reversal candle. So we may be able to see, that support get tested solidly. But congrats again, I knew that was going to do good for earnings. It's Amazon. I knew that this price was super discounted when it was at 102. I was just lucky, to be watching Amazon when them contracts were super cheap. Them contracts were dirt cheap, man. And I said it, I'm like, bro, when you see Amazon contracts be 30 cents, that's crazy. Especially for the expiration dates that was given out, man. Oh my God. You may be able to get away. Hold on, let me go look at something real quick, man. You may be able to go to September with Amazon, dude. Do like a 150 or something. Let me go see, man. That's if you're not in it. I see August 19 contracts is booming. Here are your 130 is at 775. Wow. Well, yeah.
Damn.
Listen.
Come on.
I just come in on Sunday and just do my.
Damn, River Dirty.
I just do.
We out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably missed that boat, man. You may be able to do a 150, and that's 178, 178.
Man, we're waiting for support.
Yep, I'll wait for support.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. I just said the same thing to somebody about Caterpillar. I was like, man, I wouldn't advise you to get in it right now. And then Caterpillar kept running.
Yeah,
It might break out of that flag and go up to
it's going to break the flag. I'm not worried about Amazon. I think Amazon will be 140 by the end of the month.
140. Probably 140.
Yeah, it's just the price of the contract.
Yeah, that contract high. Ooh.
Missing that opportunity though. You feel me? That's why, you know,
I would rather it break down to support.
no, for sure. If you when you let's do a full that usually have high volatility. I swear to God, you should watch that company from the time it split until the time it comes back to the split price. Listen what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I told y'all Amazon was gonna come down to $100. It went from 102
It did.
and it went right to 130. What I'm trying to explain to you is when you see a company split and it breaks down, your eyes should be glued to them contracts because them contracts is dirt cheap towards the stock price split price. Okay, I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. The 120s for 819 was 30 cents, and the 130s for 819 was like 38. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I was focused on Amazon, hyper focused on Amazon, because I wanted whole shares. And when I said I missed my $100 entry, I said I'm not gonna miss those contracts though. Those contracts, you know, we got to do it somehow. We're traders, right? So please think about that, man. Whenever you see a stock split and it breaks down, get hyper focused on the stocks or the stock split price, which was 120. So food for thought. Anybody else got questions on Amazon? Amazon's about to be a monster. I'm telling y'all. I might trade Amazon for the rest of the year. Like, that's about to be a beast, boy.
All right, big dog.
Everybody good?
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna leave you guys with Ken. Ken got some information for you guys to pass along for this.
Mhm. Thank you.
Please.
Let's go, Ken Dog.
Ask him
Come on now. You gotta let me share the screen, baby.
introduction, bro. Chill.
Oh, you still? Oh, you did introduction. My bad. Right on, bro.
He is he is hailed from the United Kingdom. He stands.
Hey, let's go. Come on, bro.
Let's go.
I got some music whilst you're giving me access. I want to play some tune here. Give you guys some 2 minutes break.
Play your intro music, man. Cue your intro music.
Come on. It's a no woman, no cry, man. You know what I mean? Woo! Let's go.
First of the month vibes. Let's go.
Fun vibes. Let's go. He helped.
Let's go, man. I think you need to give me. Hold on. You need to give me access to share screen.
Yeah, I'm about to, but yeah, definitely. You know, Ken got some great information for you guys. Please. I think you should do it now. Can you do it now?
Let me try.
But yeah, please pay attention.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, bro.
You in there?
Yeah, I'm sharing now.
Okay.
Let me know if you see my screen. You see my screen now?
Yeah. I'm gonna stop my share, but I'm not gonna stop. Hold on. Can I pause my share? I can pause my share. I just don't want to stop recording.
No, I'm sharing now. I took over sharing.
All right. So did everybody see Ken's screen?
All right.
Everybody see?
Everybody see my screen?
No.
Yeah, I see.
You on TSM?
No, that's David still, I think.
I can't see nobody's screen.
Hang on.
Yahoo Finance.
No, that's
You gotta tap screen share.
hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second.
Okay.
I can see his screen.
Oh, I think David's sharing as well. Mhm.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.